So ever since I posted that video talking about making banger Instagram stories using that one app called InShot, where you record some clips on your phone, edit them, and then post them on your story, so many of you guys have been reaching out to me, commenting, asking how I actually shot those clips, how I shot that cool B-roll. So when Zhiyun challenged me to get creative with their new Smooth 4 gimbal, I figured it was the perfect opportunity to take you guys along for the ride.
Now what, man?
For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, 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 for the record. Been a little too nice to y'all. Now I gotta up price for y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all. A6 all the hate. I won't get a ball today. Got lost in the ball and A's. I'm flipping the bars, I'm flipping the on record, off record. I still count wins when they got it. On record, off record. I let them take advantage. I was wildin'. On record, off record deals. Tell them talk to college with a phone. On record, off record. I still want the act, not the ghost. I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, for the record.
I gotta say, the Smooth 4 is probably one of my favorite filmmaking tools I've ever used, and I don't mean that lightly. I say that because I think oftentimes as filmmakers, we get caught up in the idea that filmmaking and content creation is sometimes a hassle, and that we don't want to go out and film or capture content because it's gonna be a pain in the butt to go get all our camera gear and bring all the gimbal and bring all that stuff, bring all your lenses, a huge camera backpack that's heavy. So sometimes we'll literally put off ideas and not go film because it's too much, or it's just too much to deal with. But this is incredible for the fact that, well, you're filming with your phone, which is always in your pocket. Like if you're not walking around with your phone, it's kind of like weird. Like this, which could just literally be sitting in your car or in your everyday backpack, basically turns your phone into a mobile cinematic machine. So once your phone's on the gimbal, you could just open up your camera and start filming. But as you guys saw in the video, I was actually using an app. This one's called Filmic Pro. This is a really well-known app that a lot of people use for filmmaking on your smartphone. It essentially unlocks the full potential of your phone's camera, allowing you to change frame rates and resolutions. You can also change your picture profile. As you guys know, if you shoot with a flat picture profile, it gives you a ton more flexibility in post for color grading. Of course, using something like this gives you complete control of the camera settings, so you can really dial in everything for your exposure. When you're doing things like slow motion, it's really critical to get your shutter speed right so you have natural looking motion blur. I'm gonna be doing a video talking more about that, so stay tuned. Now, along with your frame rates and resolutions when shooting on your phone's camera, a big thing to consider is the bit rate, the actual amount of data that's being recorded in each frame of video you're recording. Filmic allows you to control that bit rate, and they have what's called the Filmic Extreme quality, which is, I think, at 4K, 100 megabits per second, which is actually the same bit rate that my Sony a7 III records at. So you're getting significantly more data in each of those frames, which is going to give you more quality and more control with that image in post when you're color correcting or you're zooming in on it. So the features of Filmic Pro in combination with the Smooth 4 gimbal are an incredible combo. But the really exciting thing here is that Zhiyun actually partnered with Filmic Pro, and in their new firmware update, it essentially allows the app to communicate directly with the gimbal and all the little buttons we have on the control panel. So the dial on the side, you guys may have seen me using it in some of the clips from that cinematic sequence, allows you to control zoom, and you can also control focus, which is pretty wild considering that, you know, traditionally with smartphone cinematography, it's been really hard to control focus. Everything on the control panel functions within the app. So we can start and stop recording, of course. We can control our exposure. So if we're using auto exposure, we can turn on the meter to quickly adjust. We can turn on autofocus. And then of course you have all the other normal functions of the gimbal itself, like if we want it to be in the normal pan mode, or we can hold down the back button here and have it be in full follow mode, so it'll actually track up and down movement as well. And then we can also quickly flip the little switch here and turn it to lock mode, where the gimbal essentially will stay in place no matter what you do with your hand, which is pretty cool if you're trying to get specific like push, pull, forward movement shots where you want to create that vertigo effect. The gimbal itself does work with bigger and heavier smartphones. I have the iPhone 10 here, but something like the iPhone 8 Plus also works as well. So once again, spread open the little clamps, get it all balanced, turn it on, and just like that, iPhone 8 Plus. Not to sound cheesy or anything, but this thing retails for $139, which is pretty mind-blowing considering all the features. So if you guys are interested in checking it out, be sure to click the link down below. I don't really have too much more to say. This thing is pretty insane. So with that being said, I'm gonna wrap up the video here. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.